The name of the show is The Way to Go. My name is Alan Bendich, and I'm going to be your host. Tonight we have two special guests, two of my closest friends in the acting world, Mr. Greg Kritikos and Mr. Noah Forrest, the two stars of Scriptless. Welcome to the show.
Great to be here, man. I love the opening. I love it.
Isn't it? It's great. And that's a Dina Schumacher original.
She's awesome.
She is.
I love Dina.
She is the best.
Very happy to be here.
And you know, we went to HD just recently, so we had to get rid of the old and bring in the new, and that's great, you know. And it's everything's new, you know. Everything is happening, you know. Everything's fresh.
Man. Scriptless is new.
Scriptless. What's Scriptless? Can you tell me what Scriptless is?
Tell them, Greg. It's a great concept. It's it's actors getting together with a storyline and no script and improving everything.
Synopsis, a little synopsis of a scene, and we just come out, roll with it, go with the punches. Right. And our acting abilities is, we're getting an opportunity to just bring out our improvisation on set, on screen, and
Well, you guys, as far as I'm concerned, are like pros at it. I mean, you guys could do it, with just very easily. But it is, I guess, for like new actors or people who are just used to always using scripts, I mean, it's a dangerous thing to do, right? I mean, it's pretty scary out there for certain people.
I'm a comedian, so.
Oh yeah, comedy's scary, man. It's tough business.
So I mean, I didn't know you were a comedian when we first met, because you and I had worked as, we met as actors.
Yes.
But I mean, I remember when I was looking to cast Scriptless, you were the first person again that I was going for, and Noah was right close second for different parts. I wanted you to be the mobster, and I wanted you to be my brother. And guess what? You're playing the mobster, and you're playing my brother. So, but when I was looking for you, you were out in Spokane, but I did see this thing on your Facebook page that this unbelievable stand-up act that you were doing. It was could you tell us a little bit about it?
Sure. I went to Spokane, Washington State, and I started doing some comedy, and actually it was like a 6-month tour. I was all around. I went to Portland, Oregon. I did some comedy out there. I went to Colfax comedy. I went to Idaho, and I capped off with the Bing Crosby Theater. Right. That's the show that you've seen. And I was on, 12 minutes on the set. I opened up for some big names, Tommy T and so forth, but I had no idea that already Scriptless was like, the match was lit already. It was going on, and I had no idea. Right. And it's like, after I did my comedy out there, I shot back to New York. I was involved in a little production here and there. And then Krista Petridou, thank you, Krista, by the way. I met with her in Athens Cafe. We were talking, and she told me that she was part of an Alan Bendich production called Scriptless, and she told me a little bit about it. Then I got a hold of you, I contacted you, and you told me to come down.
But I also told you that you were the person I was looking for the show, right?
Well, later on, you told me about that.
And Noah was the other person I was looking for the show, because of the strength of and the force that you have as actors. I mean, you just bring something to the table that you look at other actors sometimes and they're shy. They don't give that 100%, that 120%. They give, there's like a wall between them and their character. But when you guys act, that wall's broken, and I'm really impressed with both you. But again, I'm just so happy you're both on the show.
Well, I'm happy to be a part of it as well, and working with Greg in those scenes that we're going to see later were really great. And those are great moments, and that's the reason why you do it. But you were talking about how some people appear on camera. The camera can really reveal everything. You can't hide from it. And the minute that someone sees you on film, you're either presenting something or you're not, even if you're not speaking. You know what I'm saying? And when I see these scenes, I see Greg presents it, and the scene with Tina as well, and all the actors on the show, really, and Jennifer in that scene as well. And so, yeah, I think it's a good thing.
I want to talk about some of the other actors and how, I chose them, if that's okay with you guys. I know,
yeah, absolutely.
Some of them came through JT, that was Laurie. But the funny thing about Jennifer, because you mentioned Jennifer, and Jennifer actually played her father in a movie that she made. She did basically the same thing I did. She just decided one day to make a movie, and she used me as her father, which I thought was great. Right. But I had seen just a picture of Jennifer, on Facebook, and I read some stuff, and then one day I went to one of these industry parties, and I went up to her, and I was talking to her. I said, I saw your picture on Facebook. And we just started talking, and it was funny, And then JT came up to me and said, "This is the girl I was talking to you about." I said, "Well, I didn't remember exactly that he had talked to me about it, right. But you know, I had already asked her to be on the show, and she said yes. I mean, I think she's a great actress. Laurie?
She is a great actress.
Laurie,
Yes.
who plays my wife?
Great.
I met her the same night, and there was a, you know, it's a tough role to play my my wife because the character, I mean, in life.
In real life, yeah, right.
But the character is supposed to be like a loveless marriage, and she plays it to a T, I think, right? She's good.
No, I think you guys have great chemistry too. Very believable.
And Alexis. I love Alexis, I'll tell you.
Yeah, she's
I
great.
mean, I've known
Alexis is
Alexis for a few years, and she's gone through some rough times, but she came out strong. And Alexis plays your girlfriend, right?
My girlfriend, we were gonna have a baby together.
I know.
We've got a deep thing happening here.
Yeah.
I don't want to give away any plot lines, Greg, but
I don't know. I don't even know what's going on over here. I don't know nothing. All I know is that, you know, I got a pebble in my shoe.
But the other thing, like, and Greg has brought some people to the table, man. He brought Susan.
Susan Campanero.
Well, tell me a little bit about her.
Susan and I, you know, we had met when I was doing a comedy show at the Producers Club before I had left for Spokane, Washington. We worked together. We did some improvisation. Actually, it was script, but we did a little bit more improvisation. She's the star of Tony and Tina's Wedding for many years. Right. So, you know, we got together, and I did another comedy show, and I told her a little bit about Scriptless, how it's like all improv. And she's great at improv. You know, she's amazing, and she brings that. She's got that whole Italian look, you know. And I told her about it, and that's when I introduced her to her.
And she's playing your sister.
And she's playing my sister. Yes, she's playing my sister. Okay. Right. I don't know these things. I'm not the director or the producer, so yes, she's playing my sister.
And also, that's Jennifer's mother.
Yes, Jennifer's mom. You know.
And might be some other twists.
I hope you're writing all this down. Because,
yeah, right.
I mean,
Somebody's
you know,
writing
it's
things
like
down.
I got it here. I got it all here.
You must be losing sleep keeping track of it.
You're absolutely. I mean, I'm up at 2 o'clock in the morning, and all of a sudden I realize, okay, I'm still trying to figure out things, you know, because I had to figure out exactly why someone would stay in a loveless marriage. Right. All these kind of things, you know, and then I come up with the scenario, and then that becomes part of the script. Not the script, the story. There is no script.
Right.
It's like a little flame, and then it turns to a fire. Fire turns to an
and then I can go back to
inferno.
sleep. Exactly. And you know, the thing is, because once I'm with Scriptless 24 hours a day.
Wow.
You know, sometimes I'm able to work without thinking about it.
You're writing in your brain.
Right. And then I go on Facebook, and I stopped. What did you say?
The mad scientist.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh no!
Well, we were both honest. We said the turtle and the scorpion. How we came up with that?
It's my nature.
The other thing that was interesting, like I told Danielle, and I said, you know, who could tell the future? And she said, you can. I said, that's right.
Exactly. And the second actress that I introduced you to was Tina Tanzer.
Oh yes, Tina. And that's, you know what? Actually, we'll see that later, though. But you know what? Let's take a look at the two of you guys in action.
Absolutely.
Okay, so here's a good
Check
scene.
it out.
Excellent. Probably one of the best scenes I've seen, and we'll see.
All right, let's check it out.
Let's check it out.
Yeah, what's on your mind?
You know exactly what's on my mind.
No, I don't know what's on your mind.
First of all, let me explain something to you. The only reason you're still breathing and you're on this planet is because of your father and your brother.
Oh,
Second of all, whatever you're gonna do in this bar, you're gonna kick up to me.
Let me tell you something, Sal. When we were kids, on the street corner, I didn't kowtow to you then, and I ain't gonna do it now. So what do you think about that?
I think you've been a little pebble in my shoe for a long time.
I ain't no
And
pebble
sooner
no
or
more.
later-
You've been away a long time. I ain't no pebble now. I'm a big boulder. I go rolling down the street and I knock people down. That's what I do, yeah.
Good.
Pebbles.
So why don't you start manning up and start paying money that you owe me? You ever think about that? If you want to be this big shot,
Man
why
up.
don't you know the difference between men and boys are the prices of their toys?
Take a look around. See a
I
place
don't have
like
to take a
this?
look around.
Take a look around. A place like this might make you respectable.
Like how?
Like with the clean money.
Clean money?
Wipe that crooked stank off you.
Crooked stank?
Yeah. You can wash it all you want, it never goes away, Sal. The minute I see you coming, it's like a dark cloud over the whole neighborhood. Here comes Sal.
That's right. That's the way it is.
Hide your lunch money.
That's the way it is. And
That's
you know
how it
why?
started,
and
right?
You know why?
Lunch money.
Because I got
Lunch
little
money.
rats like you running around thinking they could take over. It ain't gonna happen on my watch. Don't you ever forget about it. The only reason you're still breathing is because I know your father. Remember that.
Look at me, Sal. Huh?
What?
You see I'm breathing, right? I'm breathing real good.
Woo!
Breathing real good.
I love it.
I am breathing real good.
Oh my
Not
God.
for long, brother.
I'm crying over here, man. Oh, that stuff, it kills
Hey,
me.
we got footage. We got real footage here. It's
great.
beautiful.
This is killing me.
That was great.
Oh man,
Great
each time you
scene.
watch
Yeah.
it, it's even better. I can't wait. I can't wait to the cast sees this because they're gonna, it's validation.
Sure it is.
I mean, this
Absolutely.
this is something
This is the
special.
payoff. You do the work because you love to do it, but also when you see it and it works, it's also the bonus.
So you know what? It's really been worth the pizza and the bagels that I invested in this project.
We didn't have bagels last time.
I know.
Alan.
There weren't. I know.
Noah and I,
Yeah, the-
Noah and I were talking. I mean, before we were talking about how you just came up with this idea.
Right, I
You
know.
just worked it over, and now it's like snowballing, getting bigger. And how you have all the tools.
Right.
You don't have any major stars, but you put something together over here, and like you have the tools. You have the dedicated, you're willing, and it's all coming together. And I'm
Yeah,
really,
and
I'm
again,
really excited to be
and
part of
the-
this production.
And I really, again, I'll say it again, I'm really appreciative to LMC TV because without them, this whole thing would not be possible.
This place is awesome.
So I mean,
Absolutely.
but there was one. I got to talk about one scene that Noah did, and like we had this meeting in the kitchen with all the staff, and this is my first time directing. I mean, it's going to be my third episode that we're directing on Sunday, and you were having a scene with the beautiful Danielle. What's her last name?
Harper.
Sorry, Danielle.
Danielle Harper.
How do you
I heard
forget a
about
name?
I heard about the scene. I heard it was pretty steamy.
Okay.
man.
Now,
Oh, man, she won
and
me over.
So basically, the way I had envisioned it was that you'd be sitting apart, and then after each interview with each one of the cast members, you'd get closer and closer and closer.
Right.
And then the last scene for that shoot, I said, okay, go for it. And you guys did. And all I know is by the time I said cut, I was like hysterically laughing. And it wasn't because I was laughing at you guys going for it. It was laughing at the pure joy of like seeing two extremely talented actors going for it with no holes barred. And it was the realization of like a dream, like saying, wow, I gave you the freedom to act and you guys took the opportunity. That's the whole thing. A lot of times, when you have a part, it's an opportunity, It's every part's an opportunity, right?
I think, if I may, the reason the scene was working is because, when you're doing improvisation, and I do a lot of improvisation as a comedian, when you're reacting, to the other actor, we were just feeding off our lines back and forth, and we gave that space where I sat back, and then I let Noah shine with his lines. The respect of because when you improv, sometimes you don't want to trip over your lines,
Right.
and I didn't see any of that over there.
I know. Well,
And
that was-
tremendous amount of
Danielle,
respect.
I just want to give it. You mentioned that Danielle is really a true professional.
Right.
I mean, you
She
gave her
gives
the
it all.
part, and she wasn't going to hold back at all. She said, "This is what I'm going to do," and it's perfect.
I couldn't believe, and wait till you see that scene.
No, I can't wait to see
I
it.
mean, that scene's incredible, but also all the scenes of the interviewing of the staff. The staff were good. I mean, it was.
she was good.
I mean, I'm talking about Chrissa. I'm talking about
Chrissa was
Randy.
great.
Randy.
Randy was great, too.
His
Yeah, we
character's
gotta
gonna have.
mention Randy.
Randy's gonna have like a twist in this show. I mean, eventually something's gonna happen that's gonna make him. There's gonna be a change in his character.
Yeah.
And it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, Randy's a great guy. He's great to work with.
Absolutely.
Everybody on the set's great.
And Anthony, boy, I'll tell you, the last episode when Anthony, who plays Vinny, when he's watching you and Danielle, what's your last name? Oh, yeah, Harper. Danielle's going to kill me. I mean, the way we set that, I set the scene up.
Right.
It was like he's about to react, but he can't. And it was like, I loved it.
But Anthony had some great moments too when he was pretending not to use drunk in the bar yelling. He had a great scene.
That's it. But I've worked with most of the people. There's only a few people on the cast that I haven't worked with, at least tangentially. But I remember meeting Danielle. We'll, talk about her a little bit. I met her working on Scars of a Predator, which was an Andy Troy JT film. And the one thing I know, I mean, I didn't work with her, but the first time I met her, I thought, God, this girl's beautiful. And then the second time I met her was at Scars of the Predator, and I said, yeah, she is beautiful. But then she could also act.
Right.
And when I was looking to have, someone who, who I wanted to introduce into the show at a high level on the show,
Right.
who was a female, she was the first person I thought of. So Danielle, good job.
You made a good choice.
Yeah,
That's it.
absolutely. Looking forward to working with her also.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I'm not going to give anything away. Never mind. You will work with her. You will work with her. No, I mean, but I didn't. I almost gave away flat.
It's all right. I know a little bit, and I'm looking forward to all of it.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. But you're going to have some. You're both going to have both great scenes. I can't. And again, your scene with my father. Well, first of all, Noah's scene that happened already with my father was incredible. And now you're going to have a scene with my father. The only person you haven't had a scene with, well, you haven't had a scene with a bunch of people, but I'm looking forward to having a scene with you as well.
Absolutely, I want to relive
Because
what we did.
we haven't acted together in 2 years, whatever, 2 years, and
About 2 years, and that
yeah.
was when I. It
was good. We had a
so
good time.
grateful for meeting you there, JT, and.
yeah, that was. I mean, that was. It was very opportune. For, it was a good moment for me as well. Because, really, I do feel that you two guys are the critical part of the whole show. Because you need anchors on a show. Any way you look at it, you need something that's gonna. And you both, like part of the show is that like I'll put a little bit out there that your father, the person who, your father and my father, were growing up, like in
Bootlegging, maybe, sir.
bootlegging, but in the tenements, in the Bronx. That's the backstory of this. So our history, the three of us, because we're brothers. Noah and I are playing brothers. And you're playing someone who's been associated with the family forever because our fathers were friends and associates.
Right.
So it's critical that the three of us, will be acting together because we've known each other all our lives.
It's going to be a fun scene, all three of us together at the same time.
Well, that's going to be rough because my brother and I don't get along that well.
It's true.
It's true. He was my younger brother, but he was always protecting me against and you were always protecting me. I'm like the weakling. I can't believe it. Who cast this thing? Oh, I did. But it's like.
Who cast this thing? Whose idea
I
was
have
this?
no.
Come on, Alan.
All the girls are after you and you.
Not me. I haven't done it. Not me.
Come on, I want to have some fun.
This guy right here.
That's it. But you're gonna find someone. Don't worry. It's in the plans. It's in the back of my brain.
Salvatore just wants the money. He
Well,
wants the money.
you know what? Actually, you did find someone in episode 2, Changes, and
Tina Tanza.
Tina. And you know what? Maybe we could take a look at that scene.
Yes, absolutely.
So,
Yes, let's see Tina Tanza.
Let's
in
look at
action.
Tina Tanza. Beautiful Tina Tanza.
You look beautiful today.
Thank you, Salvatore. How are you?
All right. It's been a while.
I know it's been a while. I was surprised to hear from you today.
I've been really busy lately, and I wanted to spend some time with you.
I'm looking for my Uncle Sal.
I'm real sorry that, the way it happened last time.
You're sorry?
Yeah.
Hey, Sal, I have some news for you. They've been talking about you at this bar that I've been working at, and I just wanted to let you know because it could potentially be dangerous for what's going on.
Really? How's your mom doing?
Good. She's doing really, really well. So I was just worried, and I thought that I might call you because they've been talking about your business, and...
Don't worry about it. I'll take care of that. I know. Thank you so much, honey. I appreciate it.
Okay. Love you. Hope to see you soon.
Love you too. I'll be seeing you soon.
Bye.
I don't know why you called me here today. It's the same old thing with you.
Giovanna, listen
No.
to me. I'm trying to explain something to you, okay? You know my line of work. And right now, it's like, I got some things that I got to be taking care of. And,
Well, I don't want a part of it.
well, if that's the case, then, there's something we have to talk about. But I have some personal business that I have to
There is no talking with you. It's the same thing. I sit here, you don't pay attention to me, and you take phone calls, and you look around the whole time. So what's the point of me being here with you?
That's my life.
Bravo.
That's your life, dude.
It's my life. What
That's
can I
it.
do?
That's it.
What can I
Good
do?
work, man.
It's unbelievable. I can't wait till the whole thing gets put together. I
Oh,
mean,
sure.
This is
Get a
incredible.
little soundtrack, Chris's soundtrack in
Right.
there.
Oh yeah, we're gonna put Chris's in. Oh,
Bam.
yeah. And Chris gave us the rights to
Yes,
the
I know.
music.
I heard. Congratulations.
I'm so excited about that. I can't wait. Louis, really, again, Louis Rodriguez.
Yes.
Thank you
Yes.
again,
Great
Louis
editing.
Rodriguez.
Beautiful. Very excited.
Oh
Great
man,
work by Lewis.
I know. It's
Louis.
editor
Yeah.
extraordinaire.
Hey, that's when the magic happens in the
I know.
post. So.
Believe me, because I was
It's all
so
cut.
That's it. I was so nervous, because you look at again. I saw when I brought the hard drive to him,
Right.
and I said, could I see some of the shots? I'm looking, I'm thinking, oh, how is he going to put this stuff together? And because the shots with you and Jennifer were two different shots that he put together. Your shot, the two of you together was one camera, but the two of you and Jennifer were separate cameras, and he cut that nice. I think he cut it. It was pretty.
Yeah, I mean, it's an evolution, and by the time he's done putting the finishing touches and everything's going to look even better as it goes along.
Man. How lucky are we? I mean, and it's luck. That's what my father, Max Bendich, always talks about luck, and that's it. You have to be optimistic.
Well, you got to put yourself in a position to be lucky, and you made your own luck.
That's true. Well,
You know?
and I made my own luck by taking the opportunity of reaching out to my friends, because there was no other two actors that could have done that scene that we just saw as well as it. I mean, I'll put it this way: I don't know any actors who could have done that scene as well as we just saw that. I don't. You know, it was that. I think that's as good as any actor could do. It was great.
Yeah, it's good.
So I know it's tough to react to something like that, but it's true. I mean, how proud are we? You know, we should all be proud of this thing, right?
You know, like I said earlier, you know, on the improvisation, it's fun, but, you know, you give us a synopsis, and I'm so happy that you're directing this, you know. You must be very excited. This is one of the first projects that you
This
ever
is the
directed.
first projects.
Wow.
The first project I ever directed in my life. You know why I directed it? Because Dina Schumacher said, "Are you going to direct it?" And I said, that's an idea. And I decided to direct it. And it was really after she mentioned that I said I would do it.
Yeah.
And I love the way you break down the scenes. Like, you come up to us and you give us a little synopsis of the scene and tell us exactly.
And then I tell you to dive in.
But then you stay out of the way, which is great. You know what I mean? I mean, you're not.
Well, there's no way I can get, well, first of all, I don't stay out of the way with all actors. I only stay out of the way with the guys who know what they're doing.
Right.
And a matter of fact, you two don't really need direction. You just need storyline, and then you're off to the races.
Right.
Some other people do need direction in terms of, they just don't have the same talent. That's the only word you could use, the talent that you two guys have. That's just the way it is, man.
A lot of times, being in I'm comfortable in that scenario with that kind of storyline. But you know what? Everybody on the show, because you picked them, are great and have a lot of talent. So I'm really
But no, I
happy.
agree. I think we have, but I'm saying again, the cream rises to the top, and that's why you guys are the stars of the show. Okay, I'll say it. I mean, why hold back? I'm happy that you guys are here.
Right.
I want you guys to be happy on the show. I want you to feel proud of being on the show.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
No,
that's
you're not
it.
gonna, and like again, you have a great cast. You have all the tools. We're doing this.
I know.
This is great.
I know. It's like we
Can't-
show up.
You can't ask for anything more than this.
Okay, we just need better food than pizza. I know. But what can you do? But how many people don't even eat? I mean, especially you look at these girls who are like, tall and thin, and they don't want to eat pizza. They don't want to eat anything. So it's like you get all this food, and there's like all the pizza that's left.
Yeah,
at the
but
end of the day.
craft services is like on top of. It's crazy.
Yeah,
so.
we got to start doing that. We got to. Wouldn't it be great at some point that we actually have that kind of stuff?
Oh, hell yeah.
I know that's the dream come true.
Oh yeah, big time.
That's it.
Green
I know.
light power,
Big
budget.
take 'em.
That would be so good. But at least, look at what we're doing with nothing. I mean, with shoestring, less than. I mean,
I think about it all the time. Like you told me, you said, Greg, it just came to me one day. Just
and I mean, how many people have I mean. How many people are doing what we're doing right now? I mean, there's a lot of people doing it, but I mean, we have the quality equipment. We have quality actors who are willing to take a chance, and that's what you guys are doing. But you're also investing in, I mean, you're doing what you love to do at the same time. I don't want to speak for you.
Right.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm living my dream right now, and I'm, very happy to be working with Noah too, and with you and everybody on the cast. Everybody, this is like.
And it's going to be fun. And the whole thing, I mean, even when I put my Facebook page up, I said, it's like, it is the tightrope. It's like you're out there, there's no net. We take 2 takes the most. If we take 3, then someone screwed up. No, but usually we just do it in 1 or 2 takes. And we, and then we do maybe another close-up or something like that. But really, I mean, I've worked on sets where they did 25 takes, and that's scripted. So with Scriptless, the idea that we can get away with doing just 1 or 2 takes, and then we're on the run, and I was concerned that maybe we weren't getting enough takes, but then you look at this, look at what we just saw.
Right.
I mean, how many times you got to do it once you get it right? You get it right, you don't have to do it again.
Yeah,
That's
that's.
So I think it's going to be an interesting thing, and So,
But here's the big question, Alan.
yes.
I know that it's keeping you up in the middle of the night. At what point do you say, I see the end of the season or whatever? You know what I'm saying?
Cliffhangers.
Or does it go on forever? Is it continuous?
Well, I would say this. I'm 58 years old. You know, I always say that until I'll be 59. I plan to keep on working till the rest of my life. You know, or until I can physically, as long as I can physically and
Of
mentally.
course, and I'm not talking about your career. I'm talking about just Scriptless.
I think Scriptless isn't just a one story. I think Scriptless is more a concept than an actual story. In other words, I would say this.
It's got no end.
It has no end. Yeah. Scriptless has no end, but I would also say that Scriptless doesn't have a plot that's going to be forever. In other words, I look at it as either a training ground or an opportunity for people to have an acting troupe that could take any story.
Okay.
And just to, in other words, it doesn't have to be the story, it's the people. What makes Scriptless interesting is not the story.
Chemistry.
It's the way people communicate, it's the chemistry. It's not the story. It's actors who are great that could be given a scene and just go with it. That's what I see for Scriptless. Wow. So do I see an end to Scriptless? No. Do I see maybe a bigger audience? Hope so.
There you go.
There you go.
There it is.
Absolutely.
And as an actor, you're just hitting your stride, so.
But the acting to me
Keep
is,
going.
I like acting, but I love producing, and I love now directing, because when you have talented actors,
right,
there's nothing better than creating. It's like you're given beautiful paint to make a beautiful painting, you know.
Right.
So it's the dream is just starting, you know. That's the whole thing. It's just my life is just starting at 58. That's how I look at it.
Wow.
So
Absolutely. Age is just a number anyway.
that's what my father says, and he's 99.
just a number,
That's
yeah.
exactly what he says.
So it's.
Listen, 3 years ago, you know my story. I was 385 pounds.
I know.
I
I've
lost
seen the pictures.
You saw pictures. Proof is in the pudding. You
That's
know?
it.
I lost 185 pounds.
That's it.
I'm standing. I'm doing some comedy. I do stand-up, sit down, lay down sometimes.
You're one of the
Yeah.
stars. You're one of the stars of Scriptless.
Yeah.
There'll be other projects.
And working with talented actors, it's amazing. It's like a dream come true. I'm living my dream right now.
And so am I. And I hope you're doing
yeah.
okay too, Noah.
Hey,
Absolutely.
man, I'm happy over here.
That's
And
good.
Noah's
As long as you're happy, that's all that
I
matters.
don't look it sometimes, but I'm happy.
That's it.
I'm happy.
I'm happy to
happy
be around
dude.
somebody that looks more angrier than me.
Oh yeah, there's no, I mean,
He's got that look down. He's got a future in that crime.
yeah, but you got
thing,
that too.
Man, I'm
I mean,
telling
you both have that. You're similar, but you're different at the same time.
Sunglasses.
Well, that's good, though.
We're thinking about, detectives, but we don't have sunglasses. We're in a picture.
Cops?
Cops,
Well, you know what? We might have to talk
Crooked
about
cops.
that. We might have to talk about that next episode.
Crooked
guys.
cops,
Crooked cops.
We don't pay for lunch ever.
I know.
We don't pay for lunch.
Okay,
we don't pay
because
for
he
lunch.
steals your lunch money. But there's only one thing left to say, guys.
That's
One
it.
thing left. That's it. That's a wrap. Good night, folks.
Sweet thing, honey pie, looking good, caught my eye. I dig your vibe, your smile. Come here, let's talk for a while. I'm loving your company, feeling the electricity. Can't explain this chemistry. Something's coming over.